So we did Backstage Pass, and it's kicked off real good. It was quite very hard though, because like I worked at night,
Yeah.
and that's the time when you really want to breastfeed.
You have a baby.
Oh dear. So I would work, and it was not even a planned schedule. It was just most of the time it was weekends. So weekends is when my grandmother was at home, and I had a maid, and yeah, I think it kind of worked out really well. So I managed to balance the two.
Okay.
Yeah, it was fun. But at that
It was
time
fun.
it was fun. At the same time,
But
it was not
must have
easy.
been a bit- yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But what was the fun bit of it was like being back on TV after 3 years. Yeah, that was the fun part.
Okay. So XFM, are you on radio now?
I tried to do radio at XFM. It was just something that Denzel, I told him I wanted to be on radio. So him being my former colleague on Backstage Pass, we decided to do XFM just for like me doing a segment of it, just talking about updates of what's going on over the weekend. And I think it was just teaching me how to go into the process of radio, because I've
Okay.
always wanted to be in radio. It's just I've not been like subjected, like no one has tried to like hire me. I've tried to go there, they told me there's no slots, and yet they want me for voiceovers. Unfortunately, my voice is a bit tired, stressed out because of lots of hype work and TV work. I talk a lot.
Yeah.
So your voice ends up being tired of it. But yeah, my voice is very, very much needed in the voiceover world.
Yes. Because
Yeah.
you have that nice husky quality to it. It's a nice voice.
Thank you. It coming from a radio presenter.
So you mentioned being on Teens Club for like 5 years, but then you also, is that when you started emceeing? Doing a
No,
lot of
actually.
The,
I
so that
started
was later?
emceeing later.
Uh-huh.
I started emceeing, actually, that's after giving birth. So 3 months when I started Urban TV, I got a phone call from Buzz Events.
Uh-huh.
So that's when they asked me to do school tours with them for Miss Teen, Miranda, Miss you what. So I did lots of that, and that was good money.
Because I remember seeing you doing buzz levers.
Yes.
I
So
think-
actually, no, I started with that, and then I did 6 months after giving birth. That's when I started TV. So the buzz thing is the one that opened me back into the entertainment world again. So I started doing stage, concerts. So it got me more confident, and I got to learn how to. Because the best people to deal with when it comes to being on stage are teenagers. If you can handle teenagers, you can handle the adults.
you
Because
can handle anyone.
they're the most hyped up people I've ever met in my life. They have so much energy, and they're so easily bored. So if they're easily bored, then how are you going to entertain a mind that is bored already?
So do you have like an alter ego when you get on stage to MC for like the really hype shows?
I become like a certain different person.
Because I've seen you,
Yeah.
the energy that you have.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I have
You're like on
ADHD,
tables
babes.
and I'm like, okay.
I know everyone asks me like, what do you take? I'm like, guys, nothing. It's because that's where it started from. Because remember, I wasn't even able to drink because I was still breastfeeding.
Yes.
So you just have to like take in a sober way. Because now this is the part where I remembered to be my young side. Because I was like, I'm still young. I still got this. So, these latest songs, you just pretend you're in a club and you just like, you're like, yeah, guys, let's do this. Because I'm actually naturally a hyper person. I just like enjoy exciting people. I'm a very exciting person. I have this energy. I like pleasing people, making people happy. So I guess it kind of like sticks with being an MC.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, it's fun. I'm a very energetic person on stage, open-minded and just fun and crazy. Yeah.
Okay. Did you ever see yourself doing that?
No, I didn't. I actually never did.
If someone had told you
I never
younger
knew you
self-
could do this as a job. Like, this is fun. Like, it's quick money, yo. And I used to see you too. You do the corporate world when it comes to like events and MC. And I don't know if that world is yet ready for me because apparently I'm just too crazy for it. But I'm like, listen, guys, it's a profession. You can switch up. It's like acting. It's like,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, welcome. You know, and then you're like, ladies and gentlemen, you know, let us start. Are you ready to party?
Okay.
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
And then it's like, ladies and gentlemen, we shall start with the speeches. There's so many ways to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what has been like the biggest challenge for you in being in TV all these years? But let's first, no. We got to Backstage Pass, but
Yeah.
I know you've done so many other things because you were at Magic One at some point.
Magic One was after Backstage Pass because I left Urban TV because I had to go meet my dad for the first time, visit him. So I was in
Wait,
Denmark
what?
for 6 months.
How did that happen?
So yeah, that we just started communicating when I was 14.
Did you reach out to him?
He reached out, actually.
Okay.
He reached out, and I was 14, and I decided to start talking to him. We Skyped, and just when I was planning to go to Denmark, that was when I became pregnant. So I decided to stay longer. Yeah, so I just postponed it a bit longer, and after I gave birth and my son had turned 1 year old, that's when I decided to go visit Denmark.
Okay.
And I was there for 6 months,
Mm-hmm.
and that was a very long time.
You went, of course, with your son?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, I didn't. He stayed here
Okay.
because I wasn't yet sure about the environment there. It's different other things, paperwork and stuff like that. And he was known to be Ugandan, not Danish. So all that had to be done. I also had to go and do that, take care of that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so when I came back after 6 months, I lost the job. Due to the fact I think also Denzel kind of became an ego. He wanted the show to himself, don't lie, he knows this. So I kind of accepted it, and I thought maybe it's time to move on. So I took another break, and I think that's when I started focusing on the MC work.
Okay.
So that's when the MC work became really serious. I started working in a club play every Wednesday. I was an MC there. It came really good. People wanted to just come and be in my vibe and my hyperness. And then I joined Magic, and that was City Magazine a year after. So this was something completely different. Well, it was still entertainment, doing behind the scenes like Backstage Pass, but then the addition to it was restaurants, visiting restaurants and having celebrities to come on the show, and going behind the scenes in the kitchen, having the chef to prepare the meal, because that's something that people needed to see. Instead of having pictures being taken for them, they get the whole total experience of being in that restaurant.
Yeah.
So, and then the celebrities also enjoyed it because they're getting free meals and drinks. You're welcome. And that was a fun experience. Yeah.
How long did you do that?
I did that for a year.
Okay.
Yes, that was for Magic One, JK Kazora. Yeah, I worked for that one. I'm still working for him. So, hi, boss. Is my boss at Urban right now.
Okay. So Magic One, did you leave, or was it the transition to Urban TV for you?
So I left because money was not good.
Okay.
I left. Money wasn't good. Every time in my life, every stage in my life, I try to make more money, because the more the child grows, the more expenses.
Yes.
When it comes to education, when it comes to also my needs, and also trying to grow.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm now going to reach in this stage of life where I want to be completely independent. I know I have had my family as my backbone, but very soon this is not going to last forever.
Yeah.
So you try as much as you can to get to grow.
To that point, yeah.
Yeah. So I joined Speak group and became the events coordinator for 6 months. So we did the goat races, we did so many events. I was doing Speak Resort Munyonyo, Speak Apartments, and Kabira Country Club. So I was their events coordinator for all those months. And I made a lot of money. I saved up. I was like, yeah, this is nice. But yet again, it was a daytime job. It was from 9 to 5 kind of thing. And that wasn't my kind of
It was hard?
it was hard, especially being a single mother. I was not seeing my son so much. And it was a lot of work, even though the money was good.
Okay.
But I was like, so I just did it for the meantime, for, I don't know, just for the money and save up until I figured out what to do next. But yeah, it wasn't my first time to join the corporate world. I had also done Queen of Katwe,
Okay.
where I was the assistant of the art department.
Ah.
So I was there for 6 months, and that was also, oh, Disney money is good, I'm telling you. I worked for them. I was the assistant, so I was there from like 6 till 6, and
Must have been a
doing
great
running
experience.
errands. I got to check in the budgets and whatnot for the movie and everything, so I know how much movies cost. Also take care of lunches and stuff like that. It was something completely different, but I enjoyed it because it's a movie. It's working for Disney, and so yeah, it was fun and exciting. You get to meet people like Lupita Nyong'o, David Oyelowo. It was fun working with them, and so that's when I joined back to Magic. That's when I joined Magic. So after Magic, then I went to Speak Apartments. Then I
Did
quit
6
that.
months then.
Yeah. Then I did. I helped out with a bar called DNA, where I was their PR and events coordinator.
Okay.
And I did that for 3 months. And then I took a break for 2 months, and then I joined Urban TV.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now you're on Urban TV. Would we say like full time or?
Now on Urban TV, I say I'm a freelancer.
Okay.
I'm a freelancer contract. I'm there for 1 year now. That's my contract deal. Yeah, it's 5 to 7, Urban TV, Monday to Friday. I say the show started, the reason why we called it 5 to 7 because it was from 5 to 7 p.m.
Yes.
But now they added an extra hour. So it's from 5 to 8 p.m.
But it's still called 5 to 7?
Yes.
Okay.
But yeah, hopefully that's temporary because the contract was, 2 hours. But the people want more, and I believe Scoop on Scoop kind of took a break on TV. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So you did City Magazine. But I remember you also doing some kind of interview show, was it?
That was the one for
That
the
was the
restaurant,
one.
City
Okay,
Magazine.
yes.
So used to have celebrities come through, and I'll interview just the way you're breaking down people. You just break people down, and the best way to break people down is when they're focusing on food. Have you ever seen someone who's hungry and they know it's free food? Ha! They eat quickly and then they talk.
Tricks of the trade.
Especially Navio. Banage Navio's episode was my favorite. He ate quickly. Yes, yeah. Like, I felt like I did most of the talking while he was eating. And then he was just like, yeah. And then after that, I'm like, okay, dude, you've eaten the food, let's talk.
Well, apparently that's the secret to a good date. Feed the woman.
Oh, and I used to make them also drink. So
I see you.
I'm like, what do you want? Wine, cocktail, it's for free. So they would open up. The only show there where people are allowed to drink.
So what did you enjoy the most about that show then?
The
Because you
free
talked
food.
about the free food.
Babe,
I think
I
we
love
can
food.
establish you like food.
Nobody loves food like I do. And it's so crazy. I don't grow fat.
No.
I've never
you've always been
changed.
tiny.
I never change. And I eat, if anyone knows me, Sheila eats food. I eat like 6 meals a day. I swear to God, I eat breakfast.
Do you work out?
I don't work out. Maybe because of the fact that I move a lot. I'm always on stage.
Yeah, I've seen you dancing.
And I
That
love
is
dancing.
a workout.
I do enjoy dancing. People say that I'm a party animal, which is true. I enjoy socializing, meeting people, but one thing I enjoy most is dancing. Nobody enjoys dancing like I do. You can put me in a club on the dance floor and I would dance the whole night paka in the morning. Yeah, I'm just enjoying, I don't know, it's just like
Yeah.
a way of letting go.
Yes.
It's my way of vacation because I don't travel a lot. I actually never have vacations. Every time I'm always from job to job. I never get a chance to like say, oh,
Take
can
a
I have a
break.
break from work?
Do you have any regrets?
I
'Cause
have,
school, you were done at A levels?
yes.
Uh-huh.
So I do have regrets. I wish I had joined university. I really do
Was the
wish.
option available at the time?
Well, that option wasn't really even available because, the truth speaking, my mother couldn't actually afford university. So I knew that I had to work during university, and that's okay.
Yeah.
That was fine. But then if you have a child on board with that, that was something else.
There'll be no
So
room.
um, I still believe there's a chance for me to go back to school. I know that chance is definitely there. So I plan to do that hopefully soon when I'm able to settle down properly with my son. Say, okay, I can put you in boarding school, well, I can also go to school, something like that. But we'll see throughout the years and see how things work out and decide on what I really want to do. But I think I'm getting the picture of it, of what I want to be.
Okay.
Yeah, I've not yet decided, but you'll find out soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you've talked about being a single mom. Do you have support from the father?
He takes care of the education system.
Okay.
Yeah, so he pays the school fees, and I must say, there are times when he's like not there, but then he is very supportive. He loves his son very much.
Okay.
He takes him out. They go camping. They what? I have certain surprises sometimes where I can have a whole week or two to myself, and I'm like, this is new. This is different. We're getting there, but yeah. So he, you know, one thing is that when you have a child with a different person, the whole thing that matters is your friendship with that person if you're not together. So me and him have a certain understanding, a friendship, where we joke around, we laugh, I invite him over for lunch, you know, because at the end of it all, you're doing for the best of the child.
Yes, yes.
So we have discussions, and we have mutual friends too, and he's also in the entertainment industry, photography and video works. So we kind of like most of the time also bump into each other. But when it comes to the child, we discussed what matters importantly, his education, his health. And then after that, when it comes to like, hey, are you able to like have Liam for the weekend? He's like, yeah. Or he just like randomly calls me, can I have him for there's a family trip, we're going to Fort Portal, we're going to Ginger, we're going to do this. So he just surprises me. I'm like, this is nice.
That's nice. He's
And
present.
He's very present, but not as present as I am. I'm the full-time present person. Like if my son doesn't see me for a day, it's like, what is wrong with this? Where is she? Like, is she okay? Can we call her? So I do have moments where like I have benders where I disappear for a day, but I text my grandmother and let her know like, hey, I think I might stay over at my friend's place here and come back like a day or two.
How old is he now?
He is 6 years old, turning 7 in February.
He's a big boy.
He's a very independent boy. I think he's getting his characters from me, whereby he's like, as long as he's being fed, like things are good. Like, so I kind of like, I tick with him. I understand what he needs. So if I'm not around and I can't make him busy, I get the specific movies or PlayStation games. So he plays PlayStation.
Okay.
Which is very bad for most parents, but I'm telling you, it works, man. If you gotta figure your own way out. Everyone has their different ways. Telling you, PlayStation works. And then we also have a scooter, so, and then we have like, you know, what's it called, neighboring kids. So we have a station. It's a church where there's a huge compound, so all the kids go there and play. So I let him go, even, you know, afternoons.
Yeah. Being an only child, you want him to have time with other kids.
Yeah,
as
exactly. And I enjoy kids who go out and play, not just stay in the house. So I try as much as I can to always spend time with my son, teach him, like go swimming, go watch a movie, go eat dinner. He's actually very much my date most of the time. Like my birthday dates, this date, like we always like having dinners together or lunch. So yeah, he does that. We do that a lot.
Okay. You recently posted your tattoos. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, they look beautiful. And then you're moving, it's like they were literally moving as well when you're moving your shoulders.
Yes.
So, and I see you have quite a lot of tattoos.
Yeah, I have that one.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you can see that.
Yes, yes.
And
Does
I have
it
this
mean
work.
anything in, uh-huh.
This is my favorite one.
Okay.
So this is like African hands. So you know women who always put their buckets of water on their heads, that the way they shape is like that. So
Yeah.
it's like this. So it's me embracing Africa.
Yeah, and
I
holding
did
up Africa.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that was like after I came back from Denmark after 6 months, and because I was going to live there. I was going to like actually live there.
And
I
then?
thought about it, but I didn't like it. I didn't like the winter.
Okay.
There was no borders. There I was nobody. So I was gonna start like fresh
Yeah.
from the start, and
Uh-huh.
I was like, no, I can't do this. Like I already have a car, I have this, I have that. Like things are going really
So
well
did
in
your dad
Uganda.
want you, like
He
your
wanted
dad
me
and
to.
your mom
He
wanted you to
really
go there?
wanted me to,
Uh-huh.
and I didn't like it. I wasn't happy. I was like, I made a home in Uganda, so I decided to come back and stay here. So that's
Okay.
when, and also Denmark is a bit racist, I must say.
It is?
It is. It is.
Really?
It is. Because I wanted to be on TV in Denmark. I said, if I'm coming back here, I want to go back to school, be on TV in Denmark. And I kind of like, my dad just laughing at me. He's like, ha. He's like, what are you laughing about? So I just sit here one day on the couch and watch TV. If you find any mixed race person even, like, that would be amazing. Because the Danes are so pure-blooded when it comes to anything.
Really?
So pure-blooded. They want pure Danish representatives. So
Okay.
that's why the racism is kind of growing, especially now that there's so many immigrants in Denmark. So the Danes are trying to fight back their land. So it's just so much racism there, and I kind of like accepted. I feel more welcomed and accepted here in Uganda. In fact, here I'm a mzungu, so I get certain benefits. Get certain benefits. But you know what makes me laugh?
Yeah.
So I lost my car due to an accident, and I ride borders a lot. So for being a celeb, it kind of like puts a pressure on you, like certain lifestyle you gotta live. But I don't really care. I could jump on my border. I have to go to work and people just look at me and they're like, "Oh, you're mzungu, like just let her be." We can accept her to do those things. But if they find Sheila Gashubo on a border, Sheila got planning, sentence against it. Cerebu is on a border,
So you've never felt the pressure?
I've
of
never
being a
felt the pressure.
celeb?
I've never felt the pressure. Like even in high school or school, like I always differentiated the two. Like people could see that when I'm in school, I'm Sheila Saltofte. When I'm out there, I'm Salta.
Okay.
So that never disturbed my career or anything whatsoever. So I kind of like I've given people that mentality that I am a very down-to-earth person, easygoing. Don't put that pressure on me, because now also being a single mother, your lifestyle, I'm not a slay queen. And if you see me on the red carpet slaying, just appreciate. It happens once in a lifetime.
You made the
where we put money on the side for makeup and an outfit and those shoes and that hairstyle. You know how much it costs? That's like 1 million in a one night. I don't have money for that.
No, I mean, for as long as I've known you, you don't really wear much makeup.
Don't.
You're very comfortable.
You got to show them your
It's
true
important.
self. Because if you show them that you're this person, you will never be able to get down to, like, you'll be like, when you break down to that certain other level that you can't, that you thought you would never be there. And you know the way they say when divas, they all of a sudden makeup, you can't afford that shit anymore. Can't afford it anymore. So you kind of like you end up like looking, I don't know, like poor or broke or something like that.
Yeah.
That kind of messes you up.
Yeah. But
So
I
you
think
have to
sometimes
accept.
people take themselves too seriously as
Exactly.
well. You think the whole world is seeing you a certain way, and most times the pressure you put on yourself.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think.
So if you don't, so me, I don't have stress. If it has to be stress, it has to be some health condition, or like some, I don't know, rent money. Which thank God, thank God that I've not. I mean, of course, I've had my ups and downs where things have been really, really bad, especially when you're working in the entertainment industry where the money is not so good.
Yeah.
And and apparently payment for women has to be less.
Yep.
And
Thank
yet we
you.
have to
Talk
work
about
more.
it.
And it's just not been easy. And you even tell them I'm a mother, and for them it doesn't really matter. Like how can someone pay you 800K per month? and you work every day on TV or even like at night, and you risk your life to even go to that certain location at that certain time, and you expect to give them 10K of transport. Someone like that needs a Taxify or a company car to pick them up, or you,
That is
or and even
dangerous.
800K in this world right now where we're living. 800K is basically you're just paid for maybe month's rent
Yeah.
if you're living in Nalia or something like that, and that's like a 2 bedroom. Now you have not even thought about education, food, transport, appearances, luxuries. So it's all those things that you have to think about, and that's why certain women like me end up doing MC gigs.
Yeah. Hmm.
We end
You
up
can't do just one thing
we
in
can't just do
entertainment.
we end up doing other things that we need, because unfortunately this Ugandan entertainment industry just does not help to sustain our what we're supposed to even be. It
Yeah, the
doesn't.
lifestyle you need to
lifestyle.
project. Yep.
And that's the one they want us to show, but they don't give us the luxury of doing that. So yeah.
Yeah.
And you know the worst part of it is how they even try to really put us down as women, especially with all these nudes and everything. It's too much, because you try as much, you're a mother, you try to be on TV, you try to do the best you can, and then boom, there's a nude of you there out there. Like I remember recently that happened to me when I was working at Cayenne, and unfortunately a photographer got a picture of me, and it was the most, he showed it to me. He actually did. He said, listen, I have a picture of you and here it is. And what's gonna happen, I want to sleep with you, and if you don't sleep with me, I will show it to the world. And I told him, listen, you can go fuck yourself. So, and then just after I told him that, he ran off.
Okay.
So I didn't get the chance to even like get the security, try to get the
try and-
picture
yeah,
off.
yeah.
And so the next day, I gave it a day, and then 2 days later, he posted in red pepper, Sheila's nude picture. It was just me walking on stage, like doing my thing, but I had no underwear. It's a long story about that.
Okay.
I do wear underwear, people. I do wear underwear. And so he ended
Sorry
up doing
about
that.
that.
And that broke me. So I ended up disappearing for like 2 weeks in Entebbe. I was dating, I was with my boyfriend, and he's the one that broke the news to me. It's like, Sheila, this guy ended up going a distance of WhatsApping people the original picture. And I was like, wow. And I knew who he was. I know who he is. And I just like, wow,
Have you
So-
come across that a lot? People wanting intimacy from you?
a lot. It's so heartbreaking.
Because we talk about sexual harassment.
It's so much. It's real. Like, I actually do get sexually harassed at work till this day. I do. And in a way, because many people see me as a very laughable person, approachable person, and I'm always smiling.
Yeah.
But yet again, I am one who knows how to because this industry has taught me how, and I don't know why I should even be taught like that, how to make a man not feel comfortable with doing that, and yet again not be able to get there with it. So you're like,
How
wait a
to
minute.
keep them at arm's length.
Uh-huh.
You don't give in, but at the
Yes.
same time you keep the relationship.
You keep the relationship, because the last thing you want is to break that relationship with that person and make them uncomfortable. If you report, then you're the bad person at work.
Yeah.
It looks, I don't know, the relationship will never be the same. So right now, people will be like, come up to me, they're like at work, I want to marry you. You're there, you're getting yourself prepared for the job. And then someone just starts, maybe the camera guy is like, I'm not just giving an example, would just be like, oh, you're looking very sexy today. And I'm like, I appreciate the compliments, but he's trying to make a move on you. You can
Yes.
totally see that. And you just brush it off like, now let's just stop. But it's very uncomfortable. So
Yeah.
I face that a lot. And then also when it comes to working at concerts and events and hype people, you meet lots of people who are drunk. Guys, I've been approached so many times.